Hey everyone, welcome back to the channel. I'm so glad you're here because today, we're fixing a problem that drives so many website owners crazy, especially if you're focused on mobile performance. If your AMP pages just aren't showing up on Google, you are definitely not alone. This is one of the most common indexing issues I see when I'm auditing websites, and the good news is, it's usually something you can fix pretty quickly once you know where to look. In this video, I'm going to walk you step by step through how to identify and fix these annoying AMP indexing issues using Google Search Console. Make sure you stick with me until the end, because I'll be sharing a few pro tips that will help your AMP pages not only get indexed faster but also perform a lot better for mobile SEO. Let's get started. Before we dive into the fixes, it's really important to understand why AMP pages fail to index in the first place. These issues don't just appear randomly. Google always has a reason when it decides not to put your pages in the search results. One of the biggest reasons, and I mean the most common one, is invalid AMP markup. AMP has a very strict set of rules. If your page contains any HTML that isn't allowed in the AMP framework, Google will simply decide not to index it. Even something as small as an inline script, a disallowed tag, or a tiny CSS issue can completely break the validation. Another super common reason is having the wrong links between your main page, the canonical page, and the AMP page. These two pages need to talk to each other correctly. If the AMP page doesn't point back to the canonical version, or if the canonical version doesn't properly link to the AMP version, Google gets confused about which page it should show in the search results. And when Google is unsure, it almost always chooses to ignore the AMP version entirely. Of course, duplicate content and crawl errors also play a role. Sometimes Google crawls your main page but doesn't feel the AMP version adds enough unique value. And other times, Google simply hasn't gotten around to recrawling your AMP page after you made some changes. All of these factors can delay indexing. Understanding what's causing the problem is the absolute key to fixing it fast. So let's jump right into Google Search Console and find out what's going on. Okay, first things first, open up Google Search Console and head over to the indexing section on the left-hand menu. From there, select the Pages report. Now you'll see a few tabs. We want to click on the Not Indexed tab. This report is your AMP health check. It shows you exactly how many of your AMP pages are valid, how many have errors, and what those specific errors are. It's an amazing way to confirm whether your AMP setup is technically sound from Google's perspective. If you see errors listed here, that's a direct clue telling you exactly what needs to be fixed. It takes all the guesswork out of the process. Now for the most important step, validating your page. We're going to use the official AMP test tool. You can find this tool just by searching for AMP test tool on Google. Once you have it open, enter the URL of one of your problematic AMP pages into the tool and let it run a full validation check. The test will come back and tell you whether your page is valid or invalid. If it's invalid, the tool will highlight the exact lines of code that are causing the problem. This is incredibly helpful because it lets you or your developer go in and fix the errors without just guessing what is wrong. Most of the time, the issues are related to the HTML markup, problems with structured data, disallowed tags, broken image attributes, or maybe some incorrect use of CSS. It basically tells Google, hey, here's the speedy AMP version of this page. Then, on the AMP page itself, there should be another link tag that points back to the canonical version. This one tells Google, just so you know, this AMP page is an alternate version of that main page over there. When these two tags are missing, or they're incorrect, or they're pointing to the wrong URLs, Google usually just decides to ignore your AMP version. So, verifying that these links are correct is absolutely critical for getting indexed. After you've fixed the markup and the linking issues, go back into Google Search Console. This time, open the URL inspection tool at the very top of the page. Enter your AMP page link and hit enter. Search Console will analyze the page and let you know whether the URL is eligible for indexing now. If everything looks correct, you'll see a green check mark. All you have to do then is click the Request Indexing button. This action prompts Google to recrawl your page as a priority. Invalid schema can often block indexing without any obvious signs until you happen to check your AMP report. And finally, make it a regular habit to check your AMP report in Google Search Console. just pop in once a week or so. New software updates or changes to your website's theme can accidentally break your AMP pages, so keeping an eye on it is essential for long-term success. And that's it. That is the complete walkthrough on how to diagnose and fix AMP indexing issues using Google Search Console. If you follow all the steps I showed you today, your AMP pages should stay healthy, valid, and consistently visible in Google's search results. If you found this video helpful, please do me a huge favor and hit that like button, subscribe to the channel, and maybe share this video with anyone else you know who might be struggling with AMP issues. And before you go, drop a comment below and let me know if you want me to cover other topics like Core Web Vitals or the Page Experience update next. Thanks so much for watching, and I'll see you in the next video.